So what has been for you so far the most surprising, the best part about the Monaco experience so far?
Wow. You know what's funny is you see the the postcards and the photos. I've never been here, and you're like, wow, that looks great. But there's all these Photoshop things now, you know, and you're like, oh, maybe that was Photoshop. And then you come here and you realize, holy cow, like, people own boats that big. It's amazing. That's like the size of a city. And there are a ton of them, and the people are nice and kind, and everyone's all about food and hanging out and having fun. It's like vacation.
Have you had a chance to meet some other actors, perhaps from other shows that you didn't know, get to say hi to people?
I have. I met, for the first time yesterday, I met Michael Weatherly. That was fun. He's a funny guy. And yeah, a few others. Everyone's so friendly and nice. I mean, we're all sort of in this together, right? It's really great to sort of see the people that you've watched and kind of admired from a distance for a while, and you see them up close and you get to meet them. It's kind of nice.
Let's talk about This Is Us. Why do you think it's had such an impact on people?
Yeah, I mean, I think I think several reasons. I think one of them being, I think the show has become sort of like this very personal thing to everyone. And it's, you know, as opposed to something that they watch, I think it's something that they're like experiencing, at the risk of sounding corny. And I think it's because our characters are so real. I mean, they're going through life just like the rest of us. So when you see Kate or Kevin or Randall or Rebecca or Jack or any of these people go through something, I think you feel it on a personal level as opposed to just sort of watching it, you know.
How are you most like Kevin?
We're the same height. And weight, and age, you know, he's younger than me. I think, you know, I try to tackle things with a bit of humility and a sense of humor. I try to have a sense of humor about things, and I think he's sort of the same way. And we're both actors. I mean, so there's that similarity as well. But I think that's probably it. You know, I try to lead with my heart like he does, but I try to keep my brain a little closer, you know, than he does. I think sometimes he lets that distance that gap sort of go. But yeah, I think, you know, we're similar in a lot of ways.
How have you, over the years, seen as your career has developed? You did a lot of work in daytime and then crossing over now into more mainstream television. Did you find that it was difficult? It was hard to break down barriers at times to get people to take you seriously, or do you feel that was never an issue?
I mean, probably now that I look back on it, that's probably accurate. But I think in the moment, for me, one of the things that I always try to do is just sort of worry about the things that I can control. And when I look back on it, yeah, I'm sure there were times, you know, when I wasn't in the room when things were said, you know. But those weren't meant for my ears. I would rather people talk, if they're going to talk about me, do it behind my back. Okay? Don't say it to my face. Just do it behind my back, like everyone else. But yeah, I'm sure there were barriers, yeah. For me, it's always just been about finding a compelling character and a great story and an opportunity and sort of attaching myself to that and seeing what happens and not looking back.
The show has struck such a chord with so many fans.
Right.
What's the one thing that someone said to you, someone wrote to you that really struck you?
I've been told that it's, a gentleman walked up to me once and told me that it's the only thing that he and his wife and his son do together, like as a family. And my hope then is that they'll realize that they actually like each other, and maybe they'll do other things together as well, you know. But at least they have that one thing. And I think it inspires people to, I've been told this anyway, that it sort of inspires people to sort of, you know, think a little deeper about their situation and maybe, you know, instead of accepting things the way they are, maybe do something about it to make it better, make themselves a little happier. You know, it sort of has empowered people, is what I'm told a little bit, which is great. I mean, that's so overwhelming to even think about that, you know, that you have that kind of a positive influence on someone's life. A complete stranger that you're affecting. It's like magic. It's wonderful.
And for not everyone's at the same page, but for our viewers who are coming up to season 2, we do know Jack's died. I know you can't give us too many spoilers,
right.
But what are the craziest theories you've heard on how that might have been?
Right. Oh my gosh. You know, I mean, I've heard everything from from, you know, aliens took him, to he is an alien, to he's not dead. I've heard that he never was there in the first place, which I didn't quite follow, but I need to hear more about that. I don't think we're going down that road, that Jack was never there, but I've heard that was interesting. Yeah, but I mean, gosh, so many. Everyone's got their own theory, you know. I think I've heard them all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.